Hello, good people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today, home of political news and reports on other events in the country. As Nigerians are preparing for 2023, one of the Southeast's foremost politicians has spoken extensively about the legacy that Buhari will leave behind that will not be forgotten by history. And he has also went further to talk about what will end the agitation of IPOB in Nigeria and what will shelve the issue of marginalization and injustice against the Southeast. The shocking aspect is talking about the issue of ending IPOB agitation and all of that. We'll be looking at his perspective, where he's coming from, and also we'll be analyzing it in a jiffy. But before we give you full details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. The All Progressive Congress and People Democratic Party have the key to the preservation of unity of Nigeria by observing the zoning convention which midwifed the Fourth Republic in 1999. A founding member of APC, Osita Okechukwu, has said. He also commended the PDP for the timely clarification of its stand on zoning the 2023 presidency. According to him, the Southeast should produce the president in 2023 to, among other things, ensure equity, natural justice, and good conscience, and end of the civil war activities of the indigenous people of Biafra. Okechukwu stated this on Sunday in an interview with journalists in Abuja on the clarification made by PDP on its position on zoning. He also said that supporting a president from Southeast would be APC and by extension President Muhammadu Buhari's greatest legacy to the socio-political stability and development of Nigeria. The PDP National Publicity Secretary Debo Olugbon-Nagba had renounced the statement made by a former governor of Niger State, Alhaji Babangida Aliyu, and Chief Femi Fani Kayode at different fora that PDP has zoned the party's presidential ticket to the north, preferably in favor of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Olugbon-Nagba had stated that the attention of the PDP has been drawn to the comment and speculations from certain individuals claiming that our party has zoned its presidential ticket to a particular part of the country. This is completely misleading, as it does not in any way represent the position of our party. For the avoidance of doubt, the PDP emphatically and unequivocally stated that it has not zoned its presidential ticket to any part of the country. Welcoming the PDP's clarity as very interesting and refreshing, Okechukwu, who is also the Director General of Voice of Nigeria, said that the two dominant political parties in our multi-party system, APC and PDP, hold the key to restoration of Nigeria's unity by observing the zoning convention. He said it was that same zoning convention that midwife our Fourth Republic, and we are waiting for the two to serve our fledgling democracy. He explained that his adamant campaign for zoning was that political power has always rotated between the North and South. According to him, he says, my major concern is the peace, unity, and prosperity of our dear fatherland. Okechukwu said that in political activities, the law, with its legal teeth, combined with convention and its moral weight, stressing that both play prominent role in political economies of all countries at one point or the other. The VONDG said it was based on these premises, for instance, that patriots like former Vice President Dr. Alex Ekweme Solomon La Alhaji Abubakar Rimi, Umaru Shinkafi, Adamu Siroma, Dr. Olushola, Saraki, all of blessed memory, and a host of others shelved their self-interest and adopted the zoning convention, thereby serving our country. We need the same zoning convention to further stabilize Nigeria. Speaking on whether APC will hit his ammunition, Okechukwu said, "Mine is to walk the path of persuasion. I know our great party, APC, is not averse to zoning. In fact, zoning was one of the factors that built national resolve and enhanced our victory in 2015. I have lived for 33 years in the North. I know Nigeria sufficiently well that every geopolitical zone has eminently qualified person to preside over the country. Therefore, none shouldn't be denied the opportunity. I also know that it is not the region which produces the president that benefit more, so it is a shooting balm in nation building." Responding to the seeming confusion over which microzone in the south should get the presidency, Okechukwu said, "Without being immodest, it is a turn of the southeast. Our brothers in southwest had 8 years, 1999 to 2007, and 8 years of vice president, 2015 to 2023, while our south-south brothers had 2010 to 2015. Thus, going by equity, natural justice, and good conscience, it is a turn of the southeast. Zoning to southeast will be the end of the civil war and end of IPOB. It will give Igbo renewed faith in Nigeria, sense of belonging, and national loyalty. To a large extent, allowing a person from southeast to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari would be APC and Mr. President's greatest legacy. Okechukwu said his position was without prejudice to the demographic consideration by PDP or the prodigious role played like Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu played in President Buhari's election. According to him, he said, without self-immolation, Igbos are not only foremost patriots that live and invest in all nooks and crannies of this country, but also its border on misinformation or misrepresentation to underrate Igbo population in Nigeria. For instance, taking Lagos City as the most populous city and Kano as the most populous state in the country, you will agree with me that Igbo constitute the second dominant inhabitants after the regional indigenes in both Lagos metropolis and Kano state. Now, the interesting thing he said here, which we're going to be talking about, is what he said in one paragraph. He said, zoning to southeast will be the end of the civil war and end of IPOB. It will give Igbo renewed faith in Nigeria, sense of belonging, and national loyalty. It to a larger extent allow the person from southeast to succeed President Buhari would be APC and Mr. President's greatest legacy. The question is, where did you hear this? Before you draw conclusions about things, you need to carry out consultations. You need to talk to people. Now, we've been talking about the issue of the next presidency and all of that. And if you've been listening to, IPOB and its leadership, you will notice that none of them are even interested in it. They are neck and head bent on the realization of IPOB. So Osita Okechukwu should have done his finding first, before coming up with this. As much as we are talking about the issue of, putting aside injustice and, all the other things that have made Nigeria not to be one, we have to also look at what is the request of IPOB. These guys are the only thing that brings so much peace and succor to their mind is when you talk about Biafra realization. That's the only thing that can appease them. You understand? So for you to say we'll bring an end to IPOB, that one is a story for the gods, because that does not concern them. What their greatest craving is to watch one day as they will secede from Nigeria. So even if we have to take Igbos into, even Igbos must be taken into consideration, it must not be on the grounds of, ending IPOB and all of that. It should be on the grounds of equity and justice. Maybe in the process of time, they are going to change their mind and say, well, we've been given a strong foot in Nigeria and representation has been perfected. For that reason, we are going to stay put and work with the people and ensure that Nigeria remain as one. But then, if you look at some of the parameters that has featured, or some of the features of, the Civil War and even this IPOB strife, you will realize that it will be difficult for them to drop it. If they drop it, it's going to be one thing that Nigeria will live to celebrate for the rest of its existence. You understand? Because there are some die-hard people who will never hear anything apart from Biafra. You understand? So for him to say this, his presentation was very perfect. But saying this, you need to carry out due consultation. You understand? I'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's your position in respect to the opinion of Osita Okechukwu as it has to do with zoning of presidency to the south or